Well, Steve, first of all, thanks for joining us. I know you've got a very busy schedule ahead this week. First of all, how are you feeling?
Yeah, you can tell there's a big game around the corner. You know, everybody wants a bit of you. But I think that's what we're in it for. And certainly if you have a club like ours, that we're delighted to be going to Wembley. Certainly a big occasion on the horizon, so let's enjoy it and see what we can do.
I want to take you back 18 months to the moment you walked in the door here. If I'd have said to you, playoff final within 18 months, what would you have said?
Well, I think I've said it and I've quoted it many, many times. I've got to get Aston Villa there or thereabouts. I think a lot of work went in, a lot of work has gone in the 18 months. You know, we've worked tirelessly and changed the squad round hugely in that respect. And I'm glad I've got them there or thereabouts, because the most important thing for me in the 18 months was trying to get the bond back between the supporters and the players, because that was badly broken. And thankfully, with winning a few games, it's certainly starting to mend. I think it's when we see the supporters associating with the team against Middlesbrough the other night was fantastic. Big full house, right behind them, the way the supporters want to be. And I think that was crucial in the way forward, that we have that reconnection again.
It's not done yet, of course, but
No.
to turn it around in the amount of time that you have, where does that rank among your achievements?
Look, there's been a lot of people who've helped me, you know, in 18 months. And of course, when you only get certain transfer windows, you can only have a certain period of time to work in. So of course, the one thing you want is you want a bit of time. We didn't have the best of starts, and there was a clamour then at the start of the season for, you know, for change maybe, you know. But thankfully, the club has seen through that, and now we sit and we've got a very decent squad, some good players, and give ourselves an outstanding chance.
You said you've waited 20 years for an opportunity like this, a club this size.
Yeah.
Has it been everything you expected?
Yeah, I mean, I've had the opportunity to manage a big club like this, and it has been my pleasure, really. It's a great club with a lot of good people, as you know, work here, and I've enjoyed. It hasn't let me down at all. I've enjoyed every minute of being associated with a big club, and hopefully I can get it moving still in the right direction and make it even bigger.
There has been dips, as you mentioned, this season, but you've always been pretty confident we would be
well,
there.
When I analyse over the season, you know, we have got the valuable experience of which I wanted to bring into the club to meet the demand of what the club demands, the intensity which is demanded of you, the expectation. Of course, I'd love to have John Terry, Robert Snodgrass, Albert Adoma, Mile Jedinak, Alan Hutton, and the list goes on. I'd love to have them at 25 rather than at 30 odd. And when I look and analyse it, the one thing there we have struggled is the Saturday, Tuesday of an aging squad, shall we say, to deal with the demands of what the division is. But overall, that's something where I might have improved on, in a little bit more rotation. But overall now we've had 12 days preparation for this big game, and the preparation has been terrific. So I hope now that the big game experience, the big players have got, with the experience they've got, they can handle Wembley and go and perform, and let's hope we can do that.
It's fair to say Brentford was a low point in the season, but did what came next after that really shape our season?
Do you know, I think in management, Brentford was an awful one, Cardiff was an awful one, Norwich away was an awful. I can really relay. I think Norwich away, where, you know, it was fair to say that there was a few words said and maybe you go over the top, and I think you're gambling on a reaction. So there was a few choice words said to a few, but they reacted in the right way from then on. You know, we were in the top 6 and never really threatened. So in that respect, it sort of worked. But overall, you're going to have dips in a season, and you're going to, you know, it's how you recover from them and go again. That's what I've always said.
Was that the point, Norwich, deep down, that you knew you had to prepare for playoffs?
Yeah, possibly, yeah. But as I said from the start of the season, we've got to be there or thereabouts. We have been, apart from the first 6-8 weeks or whatever. We've been there or thereabouts. Weren't quite good enough to be in the top 2 for whatever reason, but we'll give ourselves a wonderful chance.
In these playoffs, they provoke so many emotions, but you've stayed pretty calm throughout it all.
Well, I think it's important for me to try and stay calm. I've just been asked, does the cameras affect you and does the crowd affect you? I think in management, especially with experience, one is all our focus is on in the game, and how can I help the team? You know, the 2-3 things you say at half time, you know, could be crucial. So concentration on the game, stay calm, you know, try and have a look to see if you can improve us, and that's all I focus on really.
Given the modern football landscape, what does Saturday mean to this club?
We're the fifth most successful club in England. On the 26th of May 1982 we won the European Cup. So that's the expectation of this club, you know. So it's been and had a tough time. Hopefully Saturday will be, you know, the new beginning of it really. Get back the way the club wants to be, and you know, we're at a great club, we're a big club, and that's got to be in the Premier League, and that's the aim for all of us.
In any other season, given the run they've had, Fulham would probably already be there.
Yeah.
What kind of challenge stands in the way?
Yeah, I mean, they had a difficult start. Obviously, the signing of Mitrovic in January has been very, very good signing for them. They've got some good players, but so have we. You know, it's got the ingredients to a really good game, and enjoyable game. As I said, they've got some very decent players, and so have we, and both good footballing teams. So it should be a cracking game.
Go through the squad. In terms of our squad, in nearly every position, there's either a playoff winners medal, a promotion winners medal, playoff runner-up. We've got that pedigree, haven't we?
Yeah, I think that was important, as I said to you. You know, not just to play in a playoff final, was to handle the expectation of playing in Aston Villa. I think that was the main thing that struck me when I first came to the door, whereas you could have a player who would go under the radar at my previous club, Hull, for example. As soon as you sign a player here for Aston Villa, you're straight under the spotlight, the intensity's on you, and of course expectations on you, and people find it difficult, of course. So it was vitally important that we brought in some experience. As I said, I would love to have all these experienced lads at 25, don't get me wrong, and we would have one hell of a team. But I've had the privilege to manage them. They've been great, and I sincerely hope that they can get the club over the line.
So many storylines. JT back at Wembley. Jack could fulfil a boyhood dream. How have they been this week?
Yeah, I mean, they're the big headlines makers, aren't they? John and are now Jack, thankfully, with his performances, what he's producing since Christmas. I think with John, the big thing was somebody like Jack can look up to him, have a look, and see and show him exactly where it needs to be to play at the top, be at the top, and play in the Premier League in a high level. And they are the reasons why I brought them experienced players in.
Wembley as an occasion. Talk us through it from the point you arrive at the stadium through to the warm-ups.
It's nothing short of quite fantastic. The whole thing, the whole arena, to see 40,000 of your supporters where the flags will be waving, the noise will be quite incredible. It's a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere. And, you know, big occasions, sporting occasions, the playoff final in the Championship is a great sporting occasion. So let's hope it's our day. The supporters will make sure you have a few beers and shout loud until you can't speak anymore, and see if you can get us over the line.
How much can they make the difference?
Oh, they can make a difference, without question. But as I said, the whole ground's full out, sold out, so it should be a wonderful occasion.
And just lastly, all things considered, what would this mean to you?
Well, as I said, I've waited 20 years to work at a club like this, and you know, the reason why I'm here is probably because the club, you know, was in that mess. Let's hope it's the start. Let's hope it's a new beginning in the Premier League, and we give ourselves a chance to go and stay in it next year and rebuild again, and get the club where it needs to be.